With Wednesday, it's really hard for me to be able, that's such an interesting question because it's really hard for me to be able to acknowledge or ever give myself credit. And that's something that I work on. But what I will say about the show is I know that, um, before the show being really nervous because I knew it was so overwhelming with the cello and fencing and archery and German and choreographing my own dance and things like that. I saw how overwhelming it was. Um, I showed up to every day and I tried to ask as little questions as possible and just, you know, I'm able to acknowledge now that the show is over, is what I'm trying to say, how much work and how much time and energy and all that I dedicated to Wednesday. I feel like I really put my life on hold and gave myself completely to her. And I try not to watch too much of the show, but what I can say is I've had people come up to me on the street or say something about how much the show meant to them, or I had this one girl recently get emotional when describing to me how seen she felt and how that there were certain qualities and traits in Wednesday that she had seen in the show that she wasn't able to acknowledge in herself, which was so strange to me because I don't watch a lot of TV personally. The show is very funny. I don't think it's something to take too seriously, but especially with someone like Wednesday, who people say doesn't really have much of a personality. The fact that she was able to point out all of these layers or aspects to Wednesday that I did kind of almost didn't realize I was weaving in there. I don't know, for TV to mean that much to someone and to be such a learning experience, to be involved in strangers' lives like that, and I don't know, just to have created something that meant something to someone. I think that's where I can acknowledge and kind of step back and go, well, at least something was accomplished here, and at least somebody was able to watch this silly fantasy show and take something away from it and give it value. That's I think where I get excited or I'm able to kind of take a breath.